Sejam bem-vindos.
欢迎
Merci d'être venu.
Bienvenidos.
Welcome.
Hello. Let me begin by thanking all of you for joining us tonight for our annual gala. My name is Pam Nurse, and I am the Executive Director of the Federation for Children with Special Needs. The theme of this year's event is building community, one family at a time. And to that end, we at the Federation strive to connect families with the support that they desperately need. For 46 years, the Federation has been that lifeline for families, oftentimes calling at their wits' end. Parents, caregivers, and others important in a child's life will reach out to us because they are determined to do the best for their children. And for 46 years, we have provided information, training, partnership, and a community to ensure that children with disabilities are able to reach their potential. For it was Helen Keller who said, "Alone we can do so little, together we can do so much." Tonight, we honor those who have shown tremendous effort in supporting our families. The honorees elevate those within our larger community to grow, learn, and strengthen. In addition, we would like to share with you some of our family's stories. These amazing people continue to inspire, educate, and empower everyone who meets them. Together, the Federation is building community, one family at a time. I would like to introduce our board president, John Reichenbach, and his son, Ned. John, Ned, and the entire Reichenbach family have been so important to the Federation with their support, guidance, and inspiration. With your help, we will keep the promise made to families and children 46 years ago to always be there for them in their corner. The world will always be changing, and families and children will always need safety and security, awareness and understanding, and connection. And that's what the Federation promises. Your support enables us to do this critical work. To give you just a sample of what we've done this past year, we have trained multilinguistic and multicultural community members to help families find assistance within their communities. We've brought in a language line so we can help families no matter what language they speak. We have provided technical assistance and training to educators, healthcare professionals, and community leaders about family engagement and how to make sure that they are meeting families where they're at. We've engaged with tens of thousands of families, providing one-on-one assistance, training, and information. And we've developed and made live a new website that makes it easier for parents and professionals to find the resources that they need. Your help enables us to reach out to those in need, to those who are usually left out, and we are constantly looking for new ways to give access to those who may not have had it before. Thank you so much for partnering with us. I thank you for your generosity. And don't forget our silent auction that will close at midnight tonight. We have some fabulous opportunities, all of which support the Federation. Thank you for joining us.
Hello, my name is John Reichenbach. I'm board chair for Children with Special Needs. I've been on the board for about 12, 13 years. I have a 29-year-old son, Ned, with Down syndrome. He's a great kid. I mean, he's grown up, obviously, with intellectual disabilities. Lives in an independent living facility now. He works in dining services at Boston College. He also works day weekend games for the Boston Red Sox as a greeter. I think the doctors actually knew that he had Down syndrome immediately after he was born, but they wanted to ensure that their assumptions were correct, and they also didn't want to tell us themselves. They brought in an expert, a geneticist from UConn, to actually tell us. We were living in West Hartford, Connecticut at that point in time. Ned is our third child. I guess you could say it's a substantial shock, and we had lots of different family reactions. And we've told Ned this before. There were some relatives who told us we should institutionalize him. But we decided he was ours, and we were going to raise him, and we were going to raise him as best we could, and we tried to do that. And I think the outcome has been fantastic. The best thing about being a parent of a child with special needs is that you can be amazed at what they can accomplish.
My name is Ned Reichenbach. When I graduated from elementary school, and from there I decided to go on into the field of public speaking. The reason why that it's important for me to do public speaking for other people with special needs disabilities, it is because life, I want to experience on the life that I have, and to be and also to speak up for other people with kids and adults living in this world, in this country and worldwide. Also, I've also have the greatest support from other family members of mine, and like from my dad's mother's side of the family as well. So my dad's aunts and uncles, and my dad's cousins, and cousins and my cousins from my generation as well. Family is deeply important to me because I love my family, and I might be the first person that might be with living with special needs, learn about my family history, to learn about my ancestry and stuff like that, and what nationalities and countries my family is from and stuff like that. They're also, I believe in this in myself, that that everybody who lives with disabilities and special needs, they're always better looking and good looking than their siblings.
The whole purpose of the Federation is to teach families how to fish. We actually don't provide any fish. We provide extensive training. We do extensive outreach. We even provide surrogate parents for children that are in state custody. But in every case, we teach people how to do something. We don't actually do it for them.
The Federation for Children with Special Needs is very pleased to honor Maura Nolan Brown for her legacy of service and philanthropic activity throughout Massachusetts, and in particular the greater Boston region. Maura is a board member of the Hamilton Company Charitable Foundation. Maura has helped people on a personal level, as we see from one example where she became a partner in a nail salon, allowing a Vietnamese immigrant to become a small business owner. Maura's charitable contributions have supported the educational, recreational, and other services for urban and suburban youth. Thank you, Maura, for your long legacy of service and philanthropy. Congratulations.
I'm Lisa Lambert, and I'm the Executive Director of PAL, the Parent Professional Advocacy League.
My name is Mary Viano. I'm the Associate Director at the Parent Professional Advocacy League. Hello, my name is Joel Qatar. I am the program manager here at the Parent Professional Advocacy League.
My name is Dev Kaplan. I'm the youth coordinator for PAL's youth program.
My name is Dawn Christie, and my title is the Senior Family Support Coordinator for PAL.
We began in probably the early 90s. We formally started in 1991, but there was some action before that. And what had happened is that parents of children who had mental health issues were calling the state, and they were calling various places, and there wasn't really a single place they could call that was set up to help them go through the children's mental health system, the education system with a focus on mental health, and all the things they were asking for. So the state had some money, Department of Mental Health had some money, and they looked around and they were turned down by a couple of organizations, and they thought, we'll go to the Federation for Children with Special Needs, and they did. And the Federation for Children said, yes, we would love to start a mental health project, and that's how we began. We were a mental health project out of the Federation for Children, and we were that way for about 10 years.
And I am the project director for Mass Family Voices at the Federation for Children with Special Needs. And it is my pleasure and my privilege tonight to present this award to the Parent Professional Advocacy League, and to welcome Lisa Lambert, who is our designated recipient, who is the executive director of PAL, and to welcome everyone from PAL who's here tonight. We know so many of you from the organization as well as from their board of directors, so welcome. The Parent Professional Advocacy League is receiving this award today for their pioneering work in advocating for mental health access for children, for families, and for youth. Like the Federation, PAL is a family-led organization, and I know they are very proud of that. They are dedicated to improving the mental health and well-being of children, youth, and families through education, advocacy, and partnership. PAL is the leading public voice in Massachusetts for families whose children have emotional, behavioral, and mental health needs. PAL works tirelessly to support families and youth, to strengthen their knowledge and skills, to develop parent and youth leaders, and to work for systems change.
We are so excited and honored to receive this award from the Federation for Children. It was totally unexpected. I know when I received the call, if you can jump up in your seat in front of the Zoom screen, that's what I was doing. So it was very, very exciting to be selected and to have your work validated. Like the Federation, a lot of times what we do is not something that makes the headlines. It's not something you see on all the news channels, but it's so meaningful for the families who receive that, the benefits of that work, the benefits of that help. And another organization, a sister organization, who understands the value of that, it makes the award even more important to us.
We at PAL, and personally myself, would not be where I was today if it wasn't for the Federation for Children with Special Needs.
Hi, my name is Ruth de la Cruz. I am from Dominican Republic. I'm a lawyer. I'm working for 15 years in my country in a legal department. I have two daughters, Shanti, she's 14 years old, and Chantal, she's 5 years old. This is my special baby. I come to this country looking for a diagnosis about my daughter's condition, because during my pregnancy, the doctor in my country say me that something going wrong. And 6 years ago, I arrived in Massachusetts pregnant, and after several texts, I received the news I will have a child with special needs. Chantal has trisomy 18, Edwards syndrome. This condition is diagnosed as not compatible with life. It was terrible for me and for my family to hear the news about my daughter's condition. I remember at the time in the hospital, so the doctor, when she born, the doctor asked me if I wanted my daughter with me, or if I prefer take my daughter to the intensive care, because probably she don't live for more than 15 minutes.
My sister with special needs has changed my life. At first I felt bad because all of the things that were told to my mom and me were not always negative, and that's why I felt upset at first. But after, we then continued to give her support and all the love that she needed.
Thank you, Federation for Children with Special Needs. Thank you for your support.
Thank you so much, everyone, for being here tonight. My name is Mary Louise Pierce, and I'm the Director of Development for the Federation for Children with Special Needs. Like many on the staff, my very first contact with the Federation was because I was having problems accessing services for my daughter. Since that time, the Federation has been a partner to me and my family, just as they are to thousands of families across the Commonwealth of Massachusetts.
Our third award is the Patricia Blake Parent Advocacy Award, and it's given every year to an individual who exemplifies the belief in the potential of all children with disabilities to achieve. And this describes our 2021 honoree An Bui 2AT. An is a cultural broker for the Vietnamese community in Massachusetts, and she's advocated tirelessly for Vietnamese-speaking parents and parents from other linguistically diverse communities to help them participate fully in their children's special education process. An understands the obstacles which not only Vietnamese families but other non-English speaking families face when navigating the critical systems of care that impact their children. An's own journey centers around her experience as a single immigrant mother navigating the complex maze of appropriate services for her child with disabilities. Because it did not exist at the time, she established a support group called the Circle of Vietnamese Parents that has been meeting now for 20 years. Just think of that, 20 years. A big component of this group is to be providing emotional support to mothers and fathers of children with a disability and to help them gain skills to navigate key systems. An also in her professional life currently oversees the Culturally and Linguistically Appropriate Services Initiative at the Massachusetts Department of Public Health, and before that, An was an outreach coordinator for the Federation. I am really, really proud that this year we're presenting the Patricia Blake Parent Advocacy Award to An.
Hello, my name is Tiny. I am 18 years old. I go to the Guild School. I like watering my tree and watch it grow. I like picking up tomatoes.
My name is An Bui. I'm from Vietnam. This is Tiny, my only child, and she came to the US because we couldn't find any medical care back in Vietnam when she was born. I brought her everywhere, basically any big hospitals that I can to get the answers. Good like to learn as much as I can. So I email, I Google search everything, and I came across the Federation for Children with Special Needs back then. And the very first group that I could connect is Family Ties. And the directors of Family Ties have been connecting me to a very broader array of services through the Federation that I could be able to access. So that back in 2008, that when I first know Federations and a whole array of amazing support I can get from the Federation. So I could highly recommend everybody to donate and support the Federation through the amazing work that Federation have done to support other families. Especially for me coming as the non-English speaking background, it's really challenging, and Federation have been working really hard to address this equity aspect of that. And in order to do this hard work and outreaching to all diverse community, we need more funding, we need more support. And just like how Federation support my Vietnamese speaking community, I would love everybody to jam in, support. Nothing is small, any amount could help. So any donations could be really appreciative for the community, because I know that the work that the Federation does would make huge difference, not just myself and Tiny's life, but tons of other people with disability out there that Federation might not be able to outreach yet, but with your funding, with your support,
I'm sure Federation can reach out and support much more of that. So.
The families we serve, our staff, Pam, and I thank you very much for your past and future philanthropic support of the Federation for Children with Special Needs. Without your help, we would not be approaching our 50th year. You'll be stars, and thank you very much for coming.
就digo merci por escutar la vez.
谢谢您的参与。
Obrigado por ter participado conosco. Nous saluons à tout cœur.
Gracias por estar con nosotros.
Thank you for joining us.